There is a war happening inside your body every single morning, and the weapon being used against you is breakfast. You wake up, maybe your stomach growls, you shuffle to the kitchen feeling virtuous. Eggs, oats, a smoothie, coffee and toast. You've been doing this your whole life. Because that's what healthy people do. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. The cereal box said so. Everyone said so. And here's the thing, if you eat clean, hit the gym, count your calories, by every logical metric you should be burning fat. But you're not. Or if you are, it's slow. Embarrassingly slow, and you keep wondering, what am I missing? You could meal prep, you could fast, you could do everything right, and your body will still activate its fat storage program every single morning. Not because of what you eat, because of when, and because of what happens to your biology in the 90 minutes before your first meal. That window. Most people waste it completely. This is about one hormone, cortisol. More specifically, the cortisol awakening response, the CAR. A biological event that fires inside you every morning whether you invited it or not. And when you eat before you understand it, you shut it down, you cancel the fat burn, every single day. This is not your fault. It is not a willpower failure. Your belly fat is not listening to your discipline. It is listening to your hormones. And nobody ever told you how to work with those hormones before breakfast. Today I'm going to show you 5 specific things you must do in that window, not after, to force your body into active fat oxidation. Not willpower, biology. For 200,000 years, your body woke up with no food and needed to move, so your biology engineered a solution. Every morning, 20 to 30 minutes after your eyes open, your adrenal glands fire a massive surge of cortisol. The cortisol awakening response. It mobilized stored fat for fuel, sharpened the mind, gave the body everything it needed before eating a single bite. It is a built-in fat-burning furnace that fires before breakfast. Your biology has not updated its software in 10,000 years. Your environment has changed completely. There are no tigers. There is a kitchen 10 feet away. And the moment you eat, the moment any food triggers insulin, you slam the door shut on the cortisol awakening response. The furnace goes cold before it ever got hot. Cortisol binds to glucocorticoid receptors, docking stations embedded in your abdominal fat cells, activates hormone-sensitive lipase, the gate key that unlocks fat cells and releases stored fat into your bloodstream to be burned. Insulin slams that gate shut, and insulin rises the moment you eat, even something as innocent as fruit or oats. Most people ask, what should I eat for breakfast? Wrong question. The real question is, what should I do in the 90 minutes before breakfast to force fat oxidation before insulin ever enters the picture? That window is your most metabolically powerful moment of the day, and you've been skipping it. So, what do you actually do? Step 1. Protect the cortisol wave. The first mistake most people make is reaching for their phone the moment they wake up, scrolling, horizontal, already stress processing, then eating within 15 minutes of opening their eyes. Here's the cascade. Phone screen spikes cortisol unnaturally high. Food hits, insulin surges. Cortisol and insulin simultaneously elevated. The body cannot oxidize fat. It prioritizes glucose and seals your stored fat back into your adipose tissue, all before 7:30 am. The cortisol awakening response peaks at 30 to 45 minutes after waking. Think of it like a pressure wave. It builds, crests, then falls. Your job in that window is to ride the wave, not eat through it. The cortisol is doing the fat burning for you. You just have to stop interrupting it. So, do not eat for a minimum of 60 minutes after waking, ideally 90. Drink water, get vertical, get moving. Don't eat into the wave, ride it. Step 2. The hydration primer. Most people wake up dehydrated 7 to 8 hours of breathing without drinking. And the first thing they reach for is coffee or food. Dehydration thickens the blood. Cortisol overshoots. You feel anxious before you've done anything. You reach for caffeine. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors. Adenosine builds up. At 2 p.m. it crashes through. Energy collapses. Cortisol spikes. You crave sugar, insulin, fat stored all from not drinking water first. Before anything else, 500 near VL of water, room temperature, with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This is your adrenal primer. It supports the cortisol wave and prevents the overshoot that destroys your afternoon. Your coffee? You can have it, but 90 minutes after waking, after the cortisol peak has passed, this is where coffee actually amplifies fat burning rather than canceling it. Water first, coffee waits. The sequence is the protocol. By the way, if you've never heard any of this before, this is exactly what this channel is about. I break down fat loss and metabolism through hormonal biochemistry and evolutionary biology, so you stop guessing and start understanding exactly how your body works. If that's what you want, hit subscribe right now. I post every week, and every video is built exactly like this one. Okay. Step 3 is the one that surprises people most. Step 3. The fasted movement signal. This is where people lose it. I'm going to say something the fitness industry doesn't want you to hear: morning hit on an empty stomach. For most people, it is actively working against you. High-intensity fasted exercise spikes cortisol massively. The body interprets this as a survival threat. Gluconeogenesis activates. Your liver converts muscle protein to glucose. You burn muscle, not fat. Cortisol simultaneously triggers GLUT4 suppression. Muscles become insulin resistant. Fat storage accelerates in the days that follow. But here's what nobody talks about: low-intensity fasted movement does the opposite. It activates AMP, adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase, essentially the master switch for cellular fat burning. AMP is like a fuel sensor that only switches on when the tank is low and the demand is gentle. High intensity in the morning overwhelms it. Walking activates it perfectly, so move slowly, on purpose. 10 to 20 minutes of low-intensity walking outside before you eat. This is not a workout. This is a metabolic signal. Slow movement is fat-burning permission. High intensity is a storage signal. Step 4. The light anchor. You wake up, curtains closed, phone screen, fluorescent bulbs. This seems irrelevant to fat burning. Stay with me. Artificial light immediately after waking suppresses the completion of the morning cortisol cascade. The car fires incompletely. Fat mobilization is incomplete. Ghrelin rises. Early. You feel ravenously hungry within 20 minutes. You eat before the window has closed. Fat burning canceled. But here's what nobody talks about. Your eyes contain specialized cells called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, IPRGCs. A direct line between sunlight and your hypothalamus. When natural morning light hits these cells within the first 30 minutes of waking, it signals your suprachiasmatic nucleus, the biological clock, to coordinate the clean, complete release of the cortisol awakening response. Think of the sen as the conductor of your hormonal orchestra. Morning light is the downbeat. Without it, every instrument plays out of time, and your fat-burning window shrinks. Go outside within 20 to 30 minutes of waking, even for 5 minutes. No sunglasses, overcast day, still go. Cloud-diffused natural light is 10 times brighter than indoor lighting. Your biology knows the difference. Morning light is the conductor. No conductor means hormonal chaos. Step 5. The protein-led first meal. Now you're going to eat, and here's the third critical mistake. The standard Western breakfast is almost entirely carbohydrate-led, and carbohydrate-led breakfasts are, biologically, the fastest path to fat storage, hunger rebound, and afternoon collapse. High-carb breakfast triggers a rapid blood glucose spike, massive insulin surge, all fat-burning hormones suppressed simultaneously. Blood glucose drops 90 minutes later. Ghrelin spikes. Hunger returns with a vengeance. You eat again earlier than you should. Caloric surplus. Fat stored. You've eaten healthy all morning and set yourself back doing it. Protein does the opposite. It triggers a modest, slow insulin response. Just enough to be anabolic, not enough to slam the gate shut. And it activates PI and GLP-1, two satiety hormones that suppress ghrelin for up to 4 hours. Think of them as the full signal breakfast was supposed to send. Your first meal should be anchored by 30 to 40 grams of complete protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, smoked salmon, cottage cheese. You are telling your body, we are safe. We do not need to store. Protein anchors the meal. Protein sends the safety signal. Now, before you rush to implement all 5 of these, stop, because most people try this and still don't get results, and it comes down to one thing they miss: the stress override. Everything here works if your baseline cortisol is manageable, but if you are chronically stressed, sleeping poorly, worrying constantly, your cortisol never properly resets overnight. You wake up already in a cortisol deficit spike pattern. The car fires erratically, glucocorticoid receptor. Downregulation sets in. Fat cells become less responsive to the morning signal. The exact mechanism you're trying to activate becomes blunted. The rule is absolute. Your morning protocol begins the night before. No screens 45 minutes before bed. A cool, dark room, consistent sleep timing. These are not lifestyle suggestions. They are the biological prerequisites for this entire protocol to work. Here it is as one clean sequence. Night before, screens off 45 minutes before bed. Cool, dark room, consistent bedtime. Wake up, phone stays face down. Minute 1, 500 ml of water with sea salt and lemon. Minutes 5 to 30. Outside in natural light. Slow walk. Minutes 30 to 60. Low intensity movement. AMP active. Fat burning. At 90 minutes, cortisol has crested. Now you can have coffee. Then your first meal. Protein lead. 30 to 40 grams. Fat burning window complete. By the first morning, you won't be ravenously hungry before your first meal. The cortisol wave is fueling you. By day 3, the afternoon crash disappears. By week 2, your hunger at lunch is measurably lower. By week 8, your clothes fit differently. Visceral fat, the fat deepest around. Your organs is the most sensitive to this cortisol-insulin balance. You don't get the afternoon crash. By dinner, you've consumed 30 to 40% fewer calories. Without even trying, fat loss becomes a side effect, not the goal, the outcome. Before I give you the close, comment below. Which of these 5 steps are you implementing first? And which one surprised you most? The light anchor? The coffee timing? The fasted movement reframe? I read every single comment and I reply. And if this has been useful, hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second and it tells the algorithm to show this to the people who need it most. Okay, let me leave you with the most important thing. Most people start their day fighting their own biology. They eat before the hormonal window has opened, drink coffee before cortisol has peaked, sprint on a treadmill before their body has decided what fuel to use, and then they wonder why nothing works. The breakfast industry sold you the idea that the meal itself was the intervention. It was never the meal. It was always the hormonal architecture surrounding it. Fat burning is not a battle of willpower. It is a negotiation with your biology. And the negotiation happens in the 90 minutes before you eat a single thing. Your body is not broken. It is not stubborn. It is not working against you. It has been given the wrong sequence, at the wrong time, every single morning. You're not the problem. The morning routine was the problem. And starting tomorrow, you change the sequence. Remember that war I mentioned at the beginning? It was never your enemy. The cortisol awakening response, that hormonal surge that fires when your alarm goes off, has been trying to burn your fat for you every single morning. You just kept eating into it before it had the chance. Tomorrow morning, let it work. Wait 90 minutes. Drink your water. Get into the light. Move slowly. Then eat. The war is over. Your biology was on your side the whole time. If this resonated, if you are exhausted by surface-level nutrition advice, and you want to understand exactly how your hormonal biology works, subscribe to this channel. I break down fat loss and metabolism through molecular biochemistry and evolutionary biology every week. So you stop guessing and start understanding.